Here I am, back with another video, and the thing that I will be talking about today is whether or not I. This is, guys, this is all gonna be about me. I have no clue about my own life, and so I don't think I'm in a position to tell anyone what to do. So the topic is, should you play. This is not what I wanted to say. So the topic is, should I play video games or not? And the two main arguments are against playing video games are that I have not played them for several months now, and I don't have a lot of things going for me, and I don't have a lot of things that I can use as a real advantage in my life. And I think that having a clearer mind because of not playing video games might be one of the few things that I actually do have going for me and that I can keep doing. On the other hand, this is and the main argument for playing video games is, and this comes down to a topic that I have already talked about a bit, is that the few things that I am doing that are good for me only have the potential to pay off over an ultra long term period of time. And so if for some reason they get cut off, then I have basically wasted a whole bunch of time, because I won't lie, the days that I'm living, or that I have been living, they have been pretty shitty. Or at least I have been feeling pretty shitty doing them during those days. And I think if I can just bring in a controlled 30 minutes or 1 hour of video games per day, then that might really help me to just feel better about myself and therefore have a better life. And so, yeah, those are the two main arguments. And the main question still is if I should play video games. But really the main question is, what else can I do during the time during which I want to play video games? Because that's kind of another issue that I'm running into right now, is I don't really have a whole lot of clarity on what my most important goals are and on the best activity or the best activities that I can do in order to work towards my goals. And even with these YouTube videos, which I considered really helpful in working towards my goals a few weeks ago, well, now I'm making them and I'm realizing, holy shit, these videos are so bad. They are not really helping me towards my goals in any meaningful way. So yeah, so maybe the next action that I will take after making this video is sitting down to properly script a good or a better YouTube video that is like higher quality. But I also don't really know where to start. But I think I should have some information available somewhere on how to script a good YouTube video, because I bought a course some fucking years ago. Yeah, so I could look at the course to try and script a video. Yeah, so I can script a video or start scripting a video, but other than that, I don't really know what to do. And also like when in the past, when I have had free time and I tried to do some activities, they did not really help me in achieving my goals, I think. And I also didn't really feel good after them. And with video games, you have like a very clear path to just feeling good. It's like, you're gonna just open up the game. You know exactly what you have to do in the game most of the times. And then you feel good. And so that would arguably be not necessarily a good use of my time. I mean, it depends on the goal that you have, right? If my goal is feeling good about myself, then yeah, playing video games is probably quite helpful for that. At the same time, if my goal is, well, and that is my main goal, becoming rich, then playing video games is not really helping me with that, is it? It just makes the slow path to becoming rich more enjoyable, which, is also something. It's not nothing. But the path that I really want to take is to build the systems to be on the slow and passive path to becoming rich, and then in the free time that I have, take action to try to make more money on the side and become rich faster. So yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, with the situation that I'm in right now, and with the way that I'm feeling inside myself right now, I don't want to get on the path of playing video games, which is a bit of an issue, because yesterday I kind of did decide that I was going to play video games in the morning. And I think that it actually is a very effective way to counteract depression for me. But I'm not feeling that depressed today anymore. And so it's time to change that decision. Let's fucking go. And so I don't really know what activity I should do in the morning then. I mean, I really have 3 different things that I could be doing. Maybe 4. But really 3 different things. The first one is doing more for making good YouTube videos. The second one is writing articles on school, which I can also like cross-use for making better YouTube videos, because if I manage to write a really good article as a school post, then I can also use the structure of that post and the things that I say in there to make a good YouTube video out of it. And then the third thing is writing, and that's just writing fantasy stories. And so I don't really know what someone successful would do with this. I really don't know. I mean, he probably wouldn't be writing fantasy stories, I believe. So then, the 2 activities that I will do, or that I will continue to do, I will continue to do YouTube videos in the evening, as I normally already do. And is this good light, or is this better light? I'm actually interested in how the camera works. I think this is absolutely horrible. And I think it looks quite good this way, but I can't see shit. So we'll go back to the original way. So the 2 activities that I will do are making YouTube videos in the evening, and then kind of doing the school stuff in the morning. But the thing is that I believe the way that the world works is that you have to be consistent with one skill for long amounts of time in order to actually get good at that skill. And with school and writing, I am not sure if I can, 1, find the motivation to be consistent with that skill, and 2, if it's even a skill that is worth learning. What would someone successful do? I don't know. So one other thing and one other skill that I want to learn that will also help me with a lot of issues that I have in my life is working on my social skills. And so, for example, one way that I could live my life in the future is that I get up at 5:30 in the morning, and then I do my morning routine of exercises until 7, and then I make my low effort daily 30-minute daily YouTube video until 7:30 in the morning, and then I basically go to work. And what I could do then is I could then do sports, or I could then exercise in the gym. No, that's not really what I want to do, is it? Yeah, I could then essentially use the time after work to go and practice my social skills. That is really the key thing here. And I can arguably still do school-related things on the weekends, maybe. Okay, I mean, that is a bit of a rough sketch of how I could spend my life, but I think it's a good idea to focus on social skills. So the question then is, what is a good way to spend my time, my free time right now before I start practicing social skills? And since it's all about doing things consistently over long periods of time, I want to do an activity that I can also keep doing while I'm practicing social skills. I really don't know, because I feel like the smart move, or maybe a smart move, would be to just do YouTube in the mornings, because that's what I will be doing later on anyways, and to work on that. And this is probably a very bad argument. My YouTube videos are very bad at the moment, and they have gotten literally 0 reaction from anybody. And so my motivation to go harder into YouTube is pretty low. And I'm also not quite sure of the next steps to take. which is bullshit because I do have some ideas for the next steps that I can take for YouTube, or at least experiments that I can make for YouTube. So that's an option. But then, I mean, my mind is just running in circles right now. Because then I also want to do the school things, because I want to do I want to learn the underlying learning, what's the name? Studying skills. So what I really need to do is I need to commit to a certain plan, and therefore to the areas of my life that I want to improve, or the skills really that I want to work on mastering. And so the key skills that I want to master right now, they are YouTube, and they are basically studying skills, which I will use writing to do something productive with the things that I try to learn. Okay. This is not gonna go anywhere. I feel that right now. I do have an action that I can take today, which is working 4 hours on writing a post for school. And I can then also, I should probably do that afterwards. The next 2 things that I can do is I can collect a bunch of books on writing good non-fiction that I can read. I can collect a bunch of books on just writing with a good style in English that I can read, and then I hopefully can collect a whole bunch of books on copywriting that I can read. So that's some thing that I can do then. And then I can also set certain goals in order to improve the likelihood that I actually get good at writing nonfiction. Or really, I can create a framework in which it is cool for me to write a bunch of nonfiction posts, blog posts. And then I also want to, then basically I will use that as a kind of scripting session. Maybe. I really don't know how to progress with YouTube right now, which is quite an issue. Okay, but I do know 3 steps that I can take after making this video, which is quite good. And I did decide that I won't go into playing video games, which is hopefully also a good decision. I will see. What is the next topic that I can talk about for the next 10 minutes? That is a good question. I really can't think of a lot of things that I can talk about. Oh, I could talk about something about the things that I have learned yesterday. So yesterday I started watching a video course on learning techniques, and I think you can kind of copy and paste the structure of that course for basically all coaching related info products. And so the way that course was structured is it started with goal setting and had like 5 or 6 different goal setting techniques that were all stacked on each other so that together they formed a pretty solid system of goal setting techniques. I haven't watched all of the videos yet, so I don't know quite exactly how they fit together, but I think they will fit together very neatly. And so that is something you can probably just use for your own course very well. And then the next thing, or the next module, was motivation. And this is something you can also, like goal setting and motivation, these are areas of your life that you can apply to basically every topic if you want to get people to change a behavior or to teach them something new, because you need to be able to set goals and you need to be able to motivate yourself to do the thing in order to learn something new. Yeah. And then the third module was organization, which I think is pretty transferable to almost everything as well, because you at least need to organize your time in order to learn any new skill, and so that is something you can also take. And then the fourth module is techniques, and this is basically where you then put the meat of your course, where really the specific techniques of the specific area that you want to teach people belong. And then the fifth module was lifestyle, which I don't really know where the difference between lifestyle and organization is, to be honest. But yeah, it's arguably something. I will see what it's like and what the content is like, but it's probably something you can also just put on every type of info product. And so yeah, I think by watching that course on study techniques, I can get a pretty good framework for maybe making my own video course later on in my life. Was there anything else in there? Yeah, there was a quote that essentially said that the quote that knowledge is power is basically a lie, and that only applied knowledge is true power. And the question and the way that I go about learning stuff from courses, which is incredibly bad, and it is definitely far away from fucking perfect, is I basically just gamify it. So it was like a 15-minute, what I watched yesterday was basically just a 15-minute introductory video that gave a overview over the course. And what I did is I took 3 notes from that introductory video, and then for each note I decide on certain action steps that I'm going to take based on that note. And so basically every note that I take is like a quest in a video game. So for the note yesterday, or for the quote that only applied knowledge is power, I thought about, well, how can I apply new knowledge? And what I came up with was, well, I don't really know how to apply new knowledge to my life oftentimes, but I can kind of make use of it by creating posts on school out of new things that I learn. And I also realized that me just pressing record on my phone and then making these videos is a very low quality, leads to very low quality videos. And so I decided that I want to go the high quality route with my school posts, and so I want to spend 4 hours on every school post that I make. And so the first goal that I set, or the first action step that I set, was to write 14 school posts, and that I want to spend 4 hours working on each of them. And then the second action step that I took was about going to Toastmasters 14 times, because I'm thinking this is a place where, one, you learn about basically public speaking, and you also do public speaking, so you can immediately apply the knowledge that you learn. And I think that the ability to speak well is also a very important ability that you can apply to your life in a lot of different situations. And I mean, that's also why I make these videos, in order to get better at speaking. And so that's basically the 2 action steps, or the 2 quests, you could say, that I developed based on that quote. Now, and the thing is, I mean, these take, writing 14 school posts at 4 hours each, together takes 56 hours, which is incredibly fucking long. So it will take weeks to do that. And then to go to Toastmasters, it will take me weeks to even set up my life in a way where I'm willing to go there, where it doesn't fuck up all my habits. And then it will take arguably another 14 weeks, because generally speaking, meetups are only once per week, to get to 14 different Toastmaster meetings. And so this will take me easily half a year to apply the lessons that I took from OneNote, from an introductory video to a video course. And these are not even the best possible actions you could take from that quote, because if you really went into it, and if you went about learning in a better way, you would ask yourself, okay, if only applied knowledge is useful knowledge, or if only applied knowledge is powerful, then how, on a more qualitative sense, should I change my life based on that knowledge? So what are things that I'm learning right now, or that I spend time on, where I get information on knowledge that I can't apply to my life? And that's basically all the useless YouTube stuff that I consume. It is basically all news, and that's kind of it. Yeah, so especially I should not do any YouTube, I should not do any news, and then also most of the things that I take notes in my notebook on, I just don't take proper action on them. So I also probably shouldn't do that, which I also kind of know. I'm just very bad at not making notes that I immediately apply. What do I want to say? I'm just very bad at, I'm still working on not making so many useless notes in my notebooks, because I just don't know what to do with my time, really. Anyway, that's it for today.